Yeah, certainly so. And on the left-hand side, we have the Nexus Globetrotters who are trying to dunk their way into the final of the ESL NA Go4Heroes Cup number 16. Top lane Bellamorte on the Tyrande, joined now by Teebs and Hammer. That's Anxiety playing Hammer yet again. Cossacks in mid on Valor, and Kiefer's in the bot lane. I know he's a good friend of SK Bakeries on the Diablo.
Alright, and so we will have Tripod on the top being Tripod playing the ETC in the top lane right here, playing that Stitches. We do have Bro Montana playing the Uther in the mid lane along with Hosty here. In the bottom lane, it looks like it will be down playing on that Tassar, who actually looks like he will be making his way mid here. They go on throughout
Trying to
the
horseshoe.
vision, trying to see what they can do here. Will they be able to pick someone up? And if they do pick up Chris Axe here on the ball, then it will be one dead ball. So
yeah, something to note as well. That's going to get spotted out by the by the Tyrande Albert. Last game, it was Goat that played the Zagara on Dragonshy. This time, Goat's playing the Stitches and Hosty is playing the Zagara. So interesting to see how or why they've made this change. I guess Hosty isn't a good second warrior player, so they effectively have two flex players. Yeah.
Yep, and so it looks like we do have Vermontana and Hosty moving up to the top lane. They're going to mirror it. They don't want the Sergeant Hammer to be able to do too much here. They're going to come up, probably try to get a stun onto it. We do have the Power Slide going in. They're going to be able to lock it up. And Anxiety's just going to say, well, I'm going to thrust their wave right now. Hosty taking a bit of damage, but nothing too much besides a little bit of back and forth trading in the top lane here. And that'll just be about that. Bottom lane, Kevers is taking a bit of damage from the Side Storm, so he's a little bit low, is going to go ahead and tap. But our main focus will probably be on this top lane here.
Yeah, there aren't many lanes that Tassida loses, especially early on. He doesn't really provide much for his team. He just doesn't really lose a lane that often, and Diablo is no exception to that rule. Hammer is sieged up, trying to push back this top lane. He's going to eat 4 Banelings, but even that won't do too much, especially when you have Malfurion using his heal on you every now and then. Even dropping Roaches really won't do too much. The Hydralisk going at it as well. Tripod trying to get in there, but they just really can't get onto that Hammer. They have enough sustain here with the 2 supports, with the healing ward that's going to come down now they've hit level 4. It's just going to be really hard to push this lane out.
So, yeah, they're both going at it, trying to use their effective specialists to push out quicker. Of course, it'll be a little bit easier with the Zagara as she has more faster spells to come out that will push out the lanes a lot quicker. At the same time, they do have the Echo Pedal coming out now from the ETC, which can do a lot of that AoE damage. So we'll have to see what happens here. We do have going that slam build, so we'll have to see. Might be a little more interesting middle lane now that that's coming out. But we do have the first tribute, which will be spawning on the top side here, and we'll have to see how each team plays it out.
Yep, so Bro Montana is just channeling this one. Bellamorte trying to get an angle on here to do something, but he's able to get it, and Bellamorte actually takes a fair bit of damage there as well. Tripod looking to see if he can get back in here onto Anxiety. Does power slide past him, but not too much is done.
So it looks like both bottom laners were coming up, so no real advantage towards EXP goes there. We do have Keppers coming in and doing a little bit of damage to the Tassadar, but Tassadar can say, I'm going to put a shield on, and with your really low damage, I don't care. But at the top lane here, we do have Hosty just going out and putting those creep everywhere so you can get the vision and the benefits from it. He's going to go ahead and say, I'm not going to go and pick that up as you guys are getting pushed out by the rest of this Nexus Globetrotter team.
Yeah, as Hosty could get caught out here by Cossacks or by Goat. If Hosty was only quicker, they could have trapped him in. In fact, they're going to chuck some roaches down, and that is a dead Cossacks. The hook's going to miss, but it doesn't matter. And you've got to think this is going to be 2-0 in tributes in favour of Goon Squad.
So, very interesting for Cossacks to actually do that. The rest of his team didn't seem to be on the same page, and if you're getting locked out by a Zagara and a Stitches who is going slam build, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So
yep.
That pretty much showed to what's happened, and that was one down, but still pretty even in experience, about half a level in favor of the Goon Squad, and 2 up in the tributes right now.
Yeah, and after that tribute, they're going to just fall back. That's Bro Montana and Hosty to take their own hard camp, apply some more map pressure. After this, expect the team themselves, not maybe these two players, but the team, to rotate towards their own easy camp down bot to try and grab that one. We have Cossacks and teams essentially mirroring the team of Goon Squad, taking up their own hard camp, and in fact they're going to take it a little bit quicker as Hosty had to back away from that one, and they're now going to move up to take away the easy camp, it seems. Or no, they're not. They're just going to try and de-push mid lane.
And so we'd like to see this actually at the bottom. Tassadar has been able to take one, and is about to probably take the second one now as Kepper's not sure if he's tapped. I guess he can't since he hasn't gone to do it yet. And the next tribute has spawned. They will have to probably fight for this. I don't know if they want to get cursed this early. They are sending a lot of resources down. They're going to find the Tassadar and try to put as much damage as they can. We do have Belmorte over there. Not going to put the stun down on the Tassadar as Go was able to hook him. So they're going to have to see what they're doing. We do have Kepper's going down. They're going to try to split tripod over there, but the first kill will go on Kepper's. He is taking down Belmorte, taking a lot of damage. Will he be able to make it out right now?
One storm, there it is.
And it goes down, and that will be 2 for 0 and the curse, as it looks like.
Yeah, but a curse this early on isn't the greatest thing. I mean, you only have so much pushing power this early on, so much damage onto these buildings, and it's now effectively a reset. After this, it's 0-0. They really need to get something out of this Goon Squad, and a kill onto Kiefer's could just be what they're looking for. They have some initial burst. Divine Storm coming out. There it is.
It will be.
Yeah.
And so, probably not as much as the curse, but the ability to get level 10 before the Nexus Globetrotters was probably the biggest thing that came out there, which pretty much led to Kepper Z's falling there. So, pretty interesting by him. He knew that they were 10, and it was, even if it was a 2 for 2, he probably shouldn't have gone in to try to get some aggro onto them. So they will pretty much get this bottom lane for free here. The rest of their team is trying to push out. We do see Sigis here in the middle doing what he can to get down these structures here. Pretty slow, but the rest of his team will follow, so that means they will be able to get a lot of damage down onto this fort probably, as the rest of the Nexus Globetrotters team is making their way, except for Ball, to this mid lane.
Yeah, so we see Slam Stitches. He currently has 24k siege damage. That's 4k less than Tassadar as Teebs gets hooked in.
And it pretty much will fall straight away. We do have the Archon being popped there. Not sure if it was too necessary, but they want to secure the kill, so the Archon was popped. And we'll have to see what Nexus Globetrotters decides to do. We do see some pings going down onto the boss as Goon Squad will come up here. They're going to decide to pick this up. They know that the Malfurion is down, so there's no way that they can really be contested for it. But knowing that, as the Owl did scout him out, they're going to just get mirrored over here by the Nexus Globetrotters, and they're going to go throw a Lunar Flare in there for good measure. But other than that, they're both just going to say, we're going to pick up our boss and just go along with that.
Yep, the Owls are going out, but now we're probably going to be in one of those situations where it's going to be about whose boss does the most, and there's no gate in this top lane, so the Goon Squad boss is going to do probably a little bit more, as Kiefer's in this bot lane hasn't actually touched the towers at all. Only now are they losing ammo and taking their first hits. They have a 4-man defense down here with ETC split pushing top. He has the stage dive for escape, but of course if he gets interrupted by the Tyrande stun or the Diablo Apocalypse, then he could be in a bit of trouble.
Yep. And this is probably where the first curse probably goes into more play right here. Of course they were able to get that bottom one, but the minions were really able to push out this top lane, along with the damage that had been put onto it earlier during the laning phase. And so now that boss is able to push pretty much almost to the second gate. It won't be able to get too much done here. As it falls before, it's even able to get hit, but Anxiety is actually getting caught out there. The Divine Storm goes down and will be picked up with the help of Hosty right there. So that is another one down for Nexus Globetrotters, and they're just getting picked off one by one here.
Yeah, they certainly are. It's something which they obviously need to fix pretty quickly. This pick comp that they have in the Stitches, the Uther, the ETC, they've just got so much displacement. If you do get caught, you are likely to die. Even without a Tyrande, they have this. Kiefer's really needs to get into the mix, flip someone back, like Zagara. In fact, it has to be Zagara, because if he flips anyone else, then he spells danger. Tassadar can get out, Uther's going to Divine Storm, ETC is going to do his thing, and Stitches is just going to Putrid Bile his way to your back line, as now this is going to be the 4th tribute in a row going in favour of Goon Squad.
And so, I talked about this earlier, and when I was contemplating what team I liked better. Of course, I thought, and I think think I said, but it was if Goon Squad was able to get those 1 picks on individual people, then they would pretty much win the game. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. They're saying, well, we're going to keep finding you out of position, or we're going to make you out of, or we're going to pick you out of position with the stitches. Once that goes down, they pretty much lock up whoever they need with the power side and the divine storm. Once that happens, there's really no way for them to get out, especially if the whole team's on the same page. And Nexus Globetrotters, I believe they can come back. They just need to start finding team fights where they're all together and they're able to use their team in a way that they can start splitting off. But if they get hooked out, like the hook almost went down right there, then they're gonna be in a lot of trouble. And Anxiety is in a lot of trouble, as Goat was saying, oh, I found you, I really want to get a hook onto you again.
Yeah, and we have this ETC again using his map pressure because he has this stage dive. He can just sit in the top lane and do his thing. There's nothing else for him to do, and now the tribute's halfway between the two. They're going to fall back, meet in the middle, and get what's going to be their 5th tribute in the game. And what can Globetrotters do? The answer? Very little, because they aren't level 16, they're 2 levels behind, and they have a talent disadvantage. 2 imposing presence coming out. That means less auto attacks for Tyrande, Hammer, and of course Valor. Stitches now has the Pulverize, so there's going to be a little bit of interrupt where maybe Valor goes to try and get away, tries to stutter step a little bit, but gets stunned up. She's going to get caught out. We also have the second strike, which means even more siege damage from Tacita. There's one, there's the second one, and even when he's just backing off, he's getting some damage down. Goat might be looking for a hook here, though. Nope, they're just going to go for the towers.
And really, as you said, just you can see that Nexus Globetrotters just really doesn't know what to do. They're staying behind their towers. They don't want to get caught out. They're finally grouped up, and even so, there's really nothing they can do since they're not 16 yet. They're afraid of what would happen if they got into a fight, and I'm afraid for them what would happen if they got into a fight. But right now, them getting pushed down like this, they may not have too much of a choice. So we'll have to see what they decide to do. And if they do end up getting cursed this time around, it will be a lot more devastating to them than the first time.
Yeah, but again, they just can't contest. They're 2 levels behind, still don't have their level 16 talent. And this is going to be a curse. It's the second curse of the game, and you really have to start thinking and questioning, if Nexus Globetrotters don't have good tribute control, how they let this map get through the map pool.
Yep. And it's very interesting. You have to think maybe they thought they'd do better, except just you have to give credit to Goon Squad though. They've been playing this game so well. They pretty much, of what I've seen, they pick this comp and they know what they want to do with it. They're getting those picks. They're effectively controlling the shrines here. We're able in the very early game to really bully Nexus Globetrotters off of being able to do anything. And now they see this boss and they're like, well, they're not even 16 yet. They can't contest us. We have the curse. They have to defend against the curse. So this is just over and over again. Goon Squad is just able to secure all these objectives without any trouble. And it's just going to show like what can Nexus Globetrotters do. They're trying to come in, they're going to try to do something, but still not able to do anything. Cover sees.
Hook onto Cossacks.
But a 2-man maul. Cossacks is going to have a lot of damage going down. The Archon saying, no way you're going to be able to get away right now. Bro Montana getting a little bit low, but with that 2-man maul, just able to zone out everyone. Cossacks actually able to live. They're going to be able to pick up 2 kills onto Goon Squad actually this time.
Yeah, the reason that fight went in the favor of the Nexus Globetrotters, Hammer was able to just siege up and didn't get interrupted at all. But of course, they got the boss here. They're now able to fall back to their own bosses. This one in the bot lane is going to start hammering away at the keep. It's taking 4 members to defend. Hammer in the top lane, and Hasty Bro and Goat can of course take this one with relative ease. It's going to be slower than the previous, but even so, it's going to go down to them.
Yep. But luckily, due to that underdog effect, we only see a 1 level difference. But still, right now it'll be the real race to see who can get to level 20. Now, we have seen the strength of the team fight coming out of Nexus Globetrotters, so we do know that it's not impossible for them to win. It's just a lot harder right now. Will they be able to get on the go? Goat has been slowed right there. They are going to be able to get cover seats onto him. That will be a nice pickup for Nexus Globetrotters right there. Yep. And is this the comeback? This might be the comeback they're looking for.
This is what they're doing. They're making the best out of bad situations. We saw they lost their boss. They picked up 2 frags. I say frags like it's CS. They they lose the opponent's boss. They pick up another pick. So another kill. So it's when everything's going your way, you just gotta Gotta get what you can. Every cloud has a silver lining and all that. So many more cliches could be said, but it's getting on to just got midnight here, so my brain isn't the best. But as you said, race to level 20, halfway through level 18 are the Goon squad. About to hit level 18 are the Nexus Globetrotters. They've made 3 kills in the last few passages of play. They need some more, as we've actually seen the Goon squad overextend a little bit. First instance on this boss, the second one taking their own boss with only 3 players. They're pretty far deep into enemy territory now, as this hard camp looked like it was taking their fancy, but they backed away from it pretty swiftly.
Yeah. So, looking at the map right now, we can see how much the spread from Zagara is going to help out, especially in a lot of the key areas around where the tributes would be, so they're able to spot out when Nexus Globetrotters are coming. They're trying their best to do it. Right now, we do have the next tribute coming up. Of course, it isn't the biggest threat right now, as it is only one, but you're going to have to see Nexus Globetrotters probably are going to want to try to pick one up. They haven't had any this game. Anxiety, though, getting put into a really good position for the Goon squad. They're going to be able to get a lot of damage coming out. We do have Diablo throwing out the APOC. Will Anxiety be able to live? Looks like he will be able to. A lot of damage going down. Ether will be picked up right here. We do have the stage coming out of Tripod, trying to get into a better position, but put himself in a worse position, as he will fall right there. It is a 2-0 in the favor of the Nexus Globetrotters. Will they be able to pick up a goat? They will be able to, and it will be a 3-0. Will Crossax be picked up from that side storm? No, he won't. And that, see, it's right now the 5v5 is so much in favor of the Nexus Globetrotters, and it's showing how strong they are. They're a little bit low, but really will be hard for Goon Squad to really effectively 2v5 right now. As Anxiety is just going to say, okay, we can throw out those mutalists right now, but since I'm sieged up, they're going to die in no time at all. We do have Chris that's coming back with full health right now, so the delay was good, and it's pretty much what they need to do. They're saying we're going to give our teammates as much time as possible to get back right now. We do have the bottom, might be taken down though by these siege camps right here, so the delay may have been good enough to get a fort. Maybe, yes, no, actually, maybe really, really close. And wow, for all of you wondering, that is 19 HP.
So, even with Anxiety getting hooked in, he's able to A, survive, and B, they still win the fight in a very good fashion. Goon Squad tried bursting Anxiety down. Once Uther fell, all he did was Divine Storm essentially, and that he wasn't able to heal too much. And then I'm not too sure what the stage dive was coming in from the from Tripod there. He essentially went full on man mode with about 25% HP. Got absolutely wrecked in the backline. They now engage onto Dayan. He has to fall back. The one man more is good, however.
Will be able to go on, but no follow-up right there, so just pretty much maul down, and that's going to be very happy for Nexus Globetrotters. They're going to say, well, maul down, that's nice for us, as the tribute is spawning right here. We do have Teebs going ahead and tapping right there, but that fort will surely fall in no time, as someone can even breathe on it and it will fall right there. But we'll have to see what Nexus Globetrotters decide to do. They've shown that they have the advantage in 5v5 fights, and it looks like Goon Squad does know this, and they're actually going straight towards it. And the question is, what will Nexus Globetrotters decide to do? They don't have Owl just yet, as it is just
even if they did have Owl, it's not going to go that way, is it? It's going to go towards to see, oh, where are they? They want this tribute. Surely they don't want to let us have 2 tributes, but this is a really nice call, an innovative call coming out from Goon Squad. They're going to take this boss, but as soon as this boss gets taken, watch how Nexus Globetrotters are going to go straight
aggression after this, and they're going. No, they're actually saying we can get. I actually do think this is a good call by Nexus Globetrotters. If they go ahead, they need to go ahead and defend against this. Will they have enough damage to get it down in time? Probably not, but at the same time, it is only one tribute that they're giving up, and if they were to try to fight and that fight got prolonged too much, then that boss would go onto the core and eventually do some damage to the core. So they're going to get onto this. It is going to do one hit and give them level 20. So good call by them. It is 1-1 apiece right now. They are going to be, Goon Squad will be able to pick up their boss in reflection. Actually, no, it looks like that Nexus Globetrotters is like, we got it down enough. We're going to go contest this, which is a good call, but they're going to be too little too late.
Yep, as this boss that's in the base, it shouldn't do permanent damage, as it's going to get taken down in 2 more core shots. 1, 2, 3. Nope. 4. There it is. Didn't do any permanent damage, but look at this tribute. Perfect situation for the Goon squad here, and they're going to get their second on the board, making it 2-1 with this boss push, and they're going to push alongside it. And I want to see one more team fight here, because Kiefer's Apocalypse have just been on point so far. They've been in so condensed space. Bakery made a point of it in the chat. I know he's a big Kiefer's fanboy, but they've been so on point. Both of those last fights, he got at least a 4-man Apocalypse, which really led to them winning. Now they're both level 20. We have the Storm Talents and the Heroics coming in. And we're going to have to see how this one gets played out, as the boss will start hitting on the core, but again, it shouldn't do permanent damage.
We're looking at this, and we'll have to see what they decide to do after this boss is down. Will they try to initiate, or are they just going to go ahead? Looks like right now they're just going to say, we're going to go clear this out. As much as the fights were good for them, they're actually now in a bit of a bad situation. The third tribute has come up, and they are going to have to fight against it, but at the same time, we do have 2 cannon minions at the bottom here pushing in, so if this fight does take too long, we can have some damage, some good damage going down onto the core in the favor of the Goon squad.
And this was the position where Anxiety got hooked in. The hook is onto Anxiety again here, and the Apocalypse is going to hit 3 players. The Divine Hurricane coming in is going to lock some members up.
So they're going to finally get the kill on Anxiety, but Kefersees does decide to go help out. Hosty will be taken out there. Kefersees was the only one in that mall, which is probably good for the side of Nexus Globetrotters. What will they decide to do now? They do have Tripod going down into the middle of them, but he's in a bit of a bad position, as a lot of damage is going down on him right now. Will he be able to get out? He was flipped to the other side. Will they keep going on to this right now? Looks like they are. Bro Montana is going dangerously low and will fall right there, but the ghost will come out and start doing a lot of damage to Bellamorte. Will Bellamorte fall in there? The heals are coming out, but Prosax will fall in exchange right there. The hook not landing right now. We do have Uther finally going down, but Keepers is dangerously low, will fall, but he will be coming back in the next second. Bellamorte almost got the kill on the tripod, but we did have the shield coming out helping him. So it will be a 3 for 3. Yes. Yep. Effectively, Keepers did fall right there.
Look at the minions in the base. We have 1 catapult in the bot lane, we have a cluster of minions in the mid lane, and 2 catapults now in the top lane, but they're going to give this tribute up, so the next tribute could in theory decide the game. Even though Nexus Globetrotters haven't taken any structures, like permanent structures such as forts or keeps, if they get the next tribute, win the fight, then they can just barrel down. We're 22 minutes in now, where team fights essentially decide games.
It just shows that, like, if Nexus Globetrotters unfortunately didn't have the 2 forts down, one in the top and the bottom, they didn't have those siege cannons pushing in, then maybe they could force a little more to what they were going on, but they really had to be really careful with these fights, and they're going to have to be careful with this third tribute fight that they're going to have, because if they, again, stay too long and it's too drawn out, then a lot of damage will go on, and if they may have to give it up, just having to back and try to go out. But as you said, right now they may not really have a choice, as saying that the next tribute probably will win the game. So
yeah,
it'll be really interesting to see how they played out. Anxiety, though, is having hook fever right now. It's been hooked almost every single time during this one.
But
so
the fights haven't gone bad for them.
Yeah. Even though Go actually looking like he's in a bit of a bad position, we do have the Starfall going out. Bro Montana's going to use the Divine Hurricane to lock him up, but not too much happening. He will get locked up by the Toronto right there, and he will fall effectively. So we're going to do a switch on the Go right now. Will it be enough for 2-man maul? Go, they're coming out. Bellamorte is going to say, it's okay, but I'm going to go out. We do have minions so pushing in the bomb, so they're going to have to make sure they don't chase too hard, as Goat will be locked up here. Will they be able to get the kill? They will be able to get the kill on Goat. It is a 2 for 0 right now, and the tribute is up, but we do have minions pushing onto the
2 siege giants, a catapult, and 2 catapults in top. It's down to 50%. They need to base now, but it's going to be Anxiety basing and Cossacks. The minions spawn in time, 30% left on that core. It's going to be tribute time as well here. This decides the curse. Tripod dueling with Bellamorte here at the curse, and you've got to think that this curse is going to go in the favor of the Goon squad.
Out. Yes, we do have Tesla going there, and that's going to be a pickup, so they're going to get this curse, and it's very interesting that they all didn't rotate down there at the same time. I do know that they probably want to get some of the structures, but it led to the curse, and despite having 2 members down, they're going to have a really hard time defending, especially with the 30% core.
Yep, 32% core, the shield hasn't regenerated fully yet, and they're going to play this safe. They're just going to take the boss and say, right, you can't really leave your base now. We've got so much pressure in all 3 lanes, even if the mid keep is still standing. We're just going to take the boss from right under your nose. Kiefer's, though, he is here to try and run some interruption. Torande is down, that's Bella Morte, so it's going to be a 5 versus 4. One Stitches gets here. But for now, it's 4 versus 4, where the boss has lost aggro. Bella Bro Montana, nope, doesn't want to re-aggro it, and this curse has kind of gone to waste.
Yep, it's only 30 seconds left. They will be able to pick up the boss, but it's not going to be enough time to actually do any real permanent damage, as looks like they'll be able to keep this mid fort alive. And saying that, it's really going to have to see what Goon Squad does decide to do, because even though they were able to pick up that curse, they weren't able to do too much. The core is still sitting at 30% health. So at this time, they have to realize that Nexus Globetrotters, that they do still have...
Hook.
Wow, the hook does go down, but the APOC is in return right there. Teep's taking a lot of damage, but he's going to go ahead and heal himself up with the ultimate right there. Will they be able to get a kill on the tripod? We do have a 2-man going out, but Curse actually seeing it right out. But Belmorte taking a lot of damage, will fall right there. Goat actually taking a lot of damage. Also, Kevris is falling a little bit, but not as fast as Vermontan. Vermontan will fall, and looks like Goat might be the next one, but Kevris is actually going a little hard right there, but he had his passive, said it was okay, but the boss is on the core, and it is falling rapidly.
Yep, 23% now, 3% a hit, about 3.5% a hit, 12%, 11%, that slam is going to do 8%, and there it is, game. Really, really nicely played from Goon Squad there. I mean, this is the first time I've seen them, and they've played a really good game here, up against some former 2-Arc players. Kiefer's in there, Bella Morte, Anxiety, Cossacks, names we've seen before. 25 minutes. They now move on to tonight's final, where they win not only monthly ladder points, but they have the chance to win $100 US. And after that, they deserve to be there.
They deserve that pizza money, or the chance for the pizza money. And in all honesty, you do have to give credit to Nexus Globetrotters. They played a really good game, but it was a little too late. Unfortunately, they had lost 2 Shrivies before, or 2 curses before they were actually able to get their comp really going, and at that point they had just lost too much. But once again, GG to them, but congrats to Goon Squad for making it to the finals.
Yeah, so guys, we'll be back very shortly with tonight's final. It will be a best of 3 between Goon Squad, and let me just refresh the bracket. Goon Squad and either Evil Geniuses or Wild Growth. Wild Growth are a team which surprised us last week, and Evil Geniuses, well, we all know about them. So either way, it's going to be an exciting matchup. If you like what you see, why don't you hit that follow button? I'm not forcing you, but keep up to date with my streams. I'll be covering EU and NA Go4s whenever I get a chance, plus anything else that pops up midweek. Go show some love on Twitter to both myself and the Party Foul. If you !cast